Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a cute little illustration of an angel type girl, and I really am happy about this artwork, so I can't wait to show it off to you. I started off with a little sketch in my tiny little sketchbook, which I showed you just then earlier, and then I really liked it, so I was like, I'm going to scan this and print it out on an A4 piece, and then I refined the sketch over the top with some graphite pencils. I really like this artwork because it was really cute, and it's kind of like a portrait style drawing instead of a scene, and it just felt like something a little different. I'm inking this now on some Express It blending card using my Lightbox. And I know I've mentioned this in the past, but some people may not have seen that. I usually like to do this because I prefer the paper to be sort of untouched type thing, because if you sketch over the top and erase and sketch and erase, you can kind of damage the texture of the paper a little bit, and then the ink doesn't flow on it properly. I mean, it works, but like it's not as nice as if the paper's all clean and smooth. So that's the reason why I do that. Also, sometimes I like to reposition the artwork. Maybe it's a little bit to the left too much, so I just move the paper and sketch it that way. And yeah, I just find it a little bit easier and nicer to do it that way. I'm actually really proud of the braids on this girl. They look really nice to me. I actually learned how to draw braids using a Bailey J tutorial, so if you really want to learn how I did these, just search up Bailey J braids. She has a few tutorials, and yeah, I'm actually really happy with how these braids turned out compared to how I used to draw braids. Now I'm just refining the line work. Usually I like to add a little bit of a thicker outline around the whole piece, and just little thicker and thinner parts around different parts, just so I can draw the attention to some bits. I find that doing this makes the line work look way more refined and just nicer and prettier to look at. I'm not refining the wings because I'm actually going to go over them with gold ink, and yeah. Now I'm just going into the background, and I wanted to have a soft, cute little pattern type background. So I'm using my Copic markers and I'm drawing the shapes of feathers, and yep, to me they started off looking a bit like bananas, but at the end they ended up looking more like feathers, so that was good. I used a lot of ink just around the outside of the feathers, just so they were really soft looking, because I was going to refine them later with pencil. I believe the colour for this one is BG10 Cool Shadow, and the feathers, I'm pretty sure they're buttercup yellow. I can't find the marker for that, so yeah, just Google it if you need to know the number. So now I've done the background, I'm just going around all over the feathers, just with a little bit of colourless blender and more ink, just to soften them a bit more. And then I decided that space up there looked a little bit plain, so I went in with my colourless blender and my other markers, and I added another feather to the background. And I thought this was going to ruin it because it was a bit scary, because like I didn't want it to look different to the other ones, but it turned out alright. Now I'm just going in with colour. The marker I used for her hair is Light Walnut, and I actually wasn't sure what colours to do her, but my friend Jenny, she said to me, she was like, you know, I reckon it would look cool if you gave her a sort of ombre style hair, so like brown at the top and blonde at the bottom. And I hadn't actually drawn that before, so I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And it did turn out alright. I'm actually pretty happy with it for the first time ever drawing ombre. I probably will change up the way I did it if I do another ombre style hairstyle in the future, but I think it was pretty good for a first try, and it does blend nicely and it looks nice. The blonde is a bit yellowy, but let's just say she dyed her hair herself, so it happens. Now her eyes are purple, and I chose to do them a bluey purple colour just so they matched the feathers on the front of her. And her skin, I'm using my raw silk marker because I actually really love that colour for a skin tone. It's a really nice tone and I thought it would suit her, and it does. I actually really liked that I gave her a little bit of hair at the side of her face that was also blonde. I thought that matched nicely because there's a lot of blonde down the bottom, and yeah, it's ombre, obviously it's going to be blonde down the bottom, but I thought, you know, it'd be nice to have a little bit somewhere near the top that has blonde, and I think it looks really cute and gives her a bit of character. Now for the wings, I'm actually using my Liquitex gold ink, and I really love this stuff. It's like so nice and beautiful, and that's why I didn't refine the line art, because I didn't want to do really nice line art and then go over it with ink because it is a bit opaque. So what I decided was I was gonna do line art on the wings, but then when I go over it with my gold ink, once it dries, I'm gonna go over the top of the ink with more line art. And now it's dry, and I'm just adding a little bit of texture to the feathers using my Prismacolor pencils. Now I tested the inks, my multi-liners on the ink, and they weren't really that dark on the gold ink. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get my dip pen and my waterproof drawing ink, and I'm gonna go over it, and I tested it and it really did look very nice. So I was like, yep, I'm doing this. And at the moment I'm just adding a little bit of shadow to her skin because I thought it needed a bit more dimension. So I used my sand colored marker and I believe a little bit of Carib Cocoa just to add a little bit more dimension. And then I did that as well on the hair. Now I'm actually getting my sepia multi-liner, and I thought, you know what, she would look really cute with some freckles on her face and on her shoulders. So I drew them in, and I'm so happy that I did that because it makes her a whole lot cuter and gives her so much more character. I really love drawing freckles, they are so cute. And now I'm actually going in now with my drawing ink, like I said before, using my dip pen and a speedball nib. And I actually really love using this pen because it's just so fun to use a dip pen. The ink turns out really dark and nice, and yeah, you do have to be careful not to smear it. And I was very careful, and I'm so glad that it turned out real how it did. But yeah, here's the artwork, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit like, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe. I do lots of speed painting videos, and I'm actually doing a giveaway very soon. I was going to put that up this week, but then stuff happened and I wanted to do some art for that video, but I wasn't able to sketch it out properly yet, so I will do that soon, I promise. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!